All right, what's going on, everyone? Hope everyone is doing amazing. Alyssa, we're going to get to you in 1 second.
That's
so
fine.
We'll pull you in live here in a second.
Okay.
So what's up, everyone? Thank you for joining. I've been getting a lot of DMs from folks wanting help. I did a session with a group of people, so I felt inspired to start to talk through some of the ways that I always talk about how sales and marketing teams should use LinkedIn, but I don't talk enough, at least, about how job seekers, right? There's a lot of folks that are out there looking for the right role, trying to find their right role. And so really wanted to spend today to give back to all my job seekers out there. Make sure that you have what you need to get your next dream job. Or for those of you out there who are looking to get promotions, I think today, look, we can take it either way. So look, even if you have a full-time job and you're happy and you're trying to figure out how do I get to that next step in my career, let's talk about that too. So go ahead. If you're in Zoom, you can just drop the questions in the Q&A. If you're on LinkedIn, let me get back to the comments. All right, everyone, let me know if everything's good on LinkedIn. Can we hear volume? We've got video. Ali Ray, Shelby. Okay, we're good on LinkedIn. What's up, everyone on LinkedIn? So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So the goal for today, again, is a lot of people, like I said, are trying to find that next opportunity. What I've consistently seen is, looks like, what do we got going on here? Ali Ray is somehow snuck into the LinkedIn Live. Shelby. Let's remove. There we go. All right, cool. All right, everyone. So looking forward to this conversation. Looking forward to Jack, Brandon. Thank you for telling me everything was all good on LinkedIn. I appreciate it. So again, this is really about career. So whether you're a leader trying to become a VP trying to become a CRO, a frontline salesperson trying to get their next job, I'm going to try to talk about everything career and everything on how to use LinkedIn to its fullest to get you what you need from a career standpoint. So if you're on LinkedIn, fantastic. Drop me your question in the comments. If you are on Zoom, then go ahead and drop them in the Q&A. In the chat in Zoom, what I would love is go ahead and share your role and your company name, or say I'm looking and what type of role you're looking for too. So if you're in the chat or if you're on LinkedIn, just drop in the comments, just either name or call it role and company, or let me know if you're looking and what type of role too, and let's see if we can get some magic working here. So first up, we have Alyssa. Am I pronouncing it right? Is it Alyssa?
It's
Alyssa. Okay, damn it. If you've watched my LinkedIn lives before, you'll know that this is not my strong suit. So I always guess wrong. So
I get Allison. I get
I know better than that. So all right, cool. So we've got some SDRs here. We've got some customer success managers rolling in. Good, love it. Okay, cool. So look, what I want to do is maybe tell me just a little bit about you, what you're looking for right now. Tell me a little bit about your background. We're gonna pull up the LinkedIn profile here in a second. But tell me more about you. Tell me about what you're up to and what you're looking for.
Most of my career, I've been in marketing roles in technology companies, sort of anywhere from like a startup to medium-sized technology companies, focusing on top of funnel primarily, as well as field events. The company I'm currently with is a startup. I've been there almost 5 years. I started the marketing function. I was the only marketer for about almost 3 years, and we grew the team a little bit. And then about a year ago, I moved over into a role that is technically called Director of Sales Enablement and Field Marketing, but it's really just sales ops.
Got it.
And I'm the Salesforce admin. We migrated to Salesforce last fall. So that's, and I've had ops in my background the whole time. I'm pretty burned out on marketing, so I'm sort of doing a half pivot and looking at roles that are in the revenue ops. It's technically called Director of Sales Enablement.
All right, I fixed it. There was a little double dip on the sound. I was pulling up the LinkedIn feed too.
You getting two of me?
No, I'm good. There's only one of you. I got that. Yeah. All right, so burnt out. So tell me again, so how would you describe this role? How would you describe what it is that you want to do?
I would say I would be a sales and marketing operations leader.
Okay.
That drives efficiency in sales and marketing processes to drive the bottom line.
Okay, love it. All right, so okay, that's good. That's helpful. Okay, let's pop open the profile here. Everyone, do me a favor. If you're on LinkedIn, throw a like, throw a thumbs up if you can see the profile. If you're on Zoom, just shoot me a quick wait. You can do the little reaction emoji that's like a thumbs up. So just let me know if y'all can see the profile. All right, I've got it pulled up here.
I can see it.
All right, I can see it too. Cool. All right, lots of folks look forward to learning. We've got some BDRs looking for head of sales, looking for sales roles. All right, we've got a lot of folks looking. So, okay. So let's just take a quick look here. So I think the headline is pretty strong. You know, collaborative and experienced sales ops and marketing pro, Salesforce certified admin. That's good, right? That helps to tee you up as like, I'm a sales ops person. I also understand marketing. Then Salesforce admin, good to call that out. I notice you do not have any type of banner. So I would fix that. I would add some type of banner there. You know, you don't have to go crazy here and, you know, do anything too much, but just something that's like some amount of personality, candidly, even if it's from like your previous company. So maybe not.
I live in Boulder, Colorado.
There you go. Perfect. There you go.
I can do the mountains.
Let's see some mountains. Let's see you hiking mountains or skiing or doing something, whatever it is you're into. I think that would be cool. I think it'll just help people to know that you're a person. The picture, I can't tell if it's my screen. Is it a little blurry?
It might be a little blurry, and I just got headshots taken like literally a week ago, and I'm picking them up. So
all right,
it's literally like a phone snapshot.
All right, well, that's okay. Just so everyone knows, the picture doesn't need to be super professional. It just needs to be clear and show like, hey, I'm actually like trying here. I'm like trying to get this job, not, you know, I just tossed it up there. So, okay, cool. All right, so you're going to address that. Let's scroll down here. Let's go to the about section. Okay. Enthusiastic. And this is for a lot of you who are in sales, implementing CRM. Blah, blah, blah. So I think what you want to make sure you do here is talk about the impact. So it's like right now, this is like broad experience, implementing and managing CRMs, partnering with the sales team. Tell me about the impact. Like I partnered with with sales executive leadership and we achieved this over this. I partnered with the sales team. We did this over this. Talk about, especially I think sales ops is like, and I would talk about, I mean, I don't know how you actually view this philosophically, but if I'm interviewing for sales ops, I want to know my sales ops person understands sales, understands the business. So I would be talking about how you work with sales leadership, how you work with the sales team, all the different ways that you work with them to drive ideal outcomes.
Okay, because yeah, I mean, I think that's a sort of a competitive advantage I have is that I really have worked at every stage of the funnel, and I've worked with leadership in all those stages. So I just need to highlight that better.
Well, I love it. I mean, it's okay that you don't have it up, that you don't have it there. But you know, again, I would suggest that we do that. Ali Ray, are we sharing right now on LinkedIn? I just added this stream. Because I don't know if on LinkedIn, I don't think we were sharing the screen.
It should be.
Just that we can't see the profile, can't see the profile. I just added it. Okay, we're good. I just added it in. We're fine.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay, so, all right. Everyone sees, Brandon sees it now. Lynn sees it. Ryan sees it. Byron Bueno, hola. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the about section, this is for all of you, right? Because the advice is going to be like somewhat similar for all the other folks that I'm going to talk to today. Make your about section about the impact that you have, not just what you did. Saying I'm certified Salesforce admin, saying I'm sales operations, saying I collaborate. Everybody's saying the exact same thing, identical thing. So what you've got to do is show what's the impact. Show me that you get it. So that's the about section. And then same thing, like let's scroll down to the job descriptions? Okay, so here you go. Let's see our migration, manage a company president 2030 industry conferences. Okay, yeah, this is more so.
Yeah, so I mean, I could just lift some of that or beef it up to put it in the about.
Yeah, scroll down further to some of your other jobs. Okay, so yeah, so you basically made a career pivot in marketing this last role. So what I would do with these other roles is I would highlight more operations focused work you did. Because I'm sure as a marketing manager, you probably helped with a lot of marketing operation stuff too.
Oh, I've had operations through every role I've had as part of it, maybe not officially. But
that's right. Because what I'm going to do is I'm looking at your background and I'm going, oh, she's a marketer who's got 10 months of Salesforce experience. Like, next.
Right, which is actually, I've used Salesforce my entire career. So
highlight that. You got to bring that into the rest of those roles. So this goes for a lot of you, especially. I saw there's some folks on here that are also like looking like if you're looking to change careers, you're trying to go from sales development to sales, you're trying to go like what you're doing, marketing to ops, make sure to go back and rewrite those other jobs and highlight the operations works that you're doing there.
Yeah, because I mean, I will beef that up because I mean, I think in all of them, or at least I tried, like I mentioned Marketo, I mentioned Salesforce, but I can
it's buried in there.
Yeah.
It's buried in there. Yeah, don't. And again, even I would think about your job title. I would think about highlighting maybe that, programs and operations, or, you know what I mean? Like assuming that that's what you did. I don't want anybody to lie. I'm just saying that right now. Don't lie, but highlight the op stuff.
Yeah, that's what I did with my current one, because although technically the official title is enablement, I'm not doing any true enablement. I'm doing operations. So
love it. All right. That's all we got. That's all the time we have. I'm so sorry, but look, you've got the right idea. Like your headline is strong. The last thing I'll actually, you know what? Tune in to the next one. We're going to pull up the next person.
Okay.
I'm going to give them some advice around producing content that I want you to listen to.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. I got it right that second time.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, guys, can we? All right. Well, this looks like we have someone else showed up here. Sheila?
Hey, Jake, I'm here. How are you?
All right, I'm good. Is Sheila up next, or is Sheila in the mix here?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
It won't let me start my video, though. It says the host has shut off my video.
Okay. Let's see if we can do that. All right, Sheila, you are up. What's going on, Sheila?
Gosh, how are you?
I am doing well. I'm doing very well. All right. Well, look, you heard some of the advice that I gave Elisa. So for all of you listening, I'll try not to be too redundant on some of these so we can kind of build on some ideas or some topics here. So do we want to pull up Sheila's profile here? All right, here we go. All right, let's make sure all our folks on LinkedIn can see the profile from the jump this point. It looks like they still cannot, so I'm going to add it to the stream. Okay, there we go. All right, so tell me about you. Tell me about what you're up to. What are you trying to get into?
I want to go back into some type of healthcare or medical device marketing.
Okay.
So I had a lot of experience doing that. I also did a lot of marketing and creative stuff for myself for years. So I want to put all that to work and get back in the clinical and scientific marketing that I really like.
Okay. All right. What type of marketing? Like performance marketing, brand? Like what's the type of marketing? What is the work that you're doing and want to get into and want to continue? Brand, more brand focused?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What about technical skills? Any marketing automation type skills? Any more technical skills?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, all the the basic computer things that you need to do any of the creative jobs. I don't do programming, but I do all the like Adobe Suite, all that kind of stuff. I've used multiple, CRMs, but nothing where I'm actually not exactly sure what you're asking.
Well, I'm asking, again, if you have experience from more of a technical standpoint too. So more of a, like, have you used like the email automation tool in a marketing department?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull this up now. Let me see if I make sure I can see it. Let me get it in a better screen. Okay. I can see it now. Okay. Can you, Allery, can you just zoom in on both computer? Can you just make this just a little bigger? It'll be easier for people to see. Yeah, there we go. Brand marketer, medical wellness, consumer goods, and creative background. I think that's fine. Your headshot's actually fine too. Like I think it's like how it's laid out. I can't tell if it's blurry or not. I would just double check to make sure it's a high res pic. But like it's fine. Same advice as before. Just create some background. Like Elisa, we were talking about, like, she's in Colorado, so there's mountains. You could have something New York. You could have something about something brand that you created. A lot of our creative people, they even have like their own like little thing that they made in Canva. So you could literally go in Canva and make one and like even highlight some of your work. Actually, that's what I want you to do, Sheila. I want you to go to Canva, create a free license, and there's literally a LinkedIn banner template, and highlight some of the work.
Oh, great.
You see what I mean? Yeah, toss that in there. So I'm like, oh wow, this campaign. This goes for all of you, right? Like, let's say if you're a salesperson looking for a job, an SDR looking for a job, why wouldn't you highlight the companies that you work with in your LinkedIn profile picture? Literally, you can go to Canva. Even I have done this in Canva, and it takes like 15 minutes. So
like you're showing people right away. They get the idea of what you do.
You nailed it. Okay. All right. Let's scroll down. All right. Agile, cross-functional leader, medical marketing and wellness. Okay. It's similar. Specialties. Okay. So I want you to shrink the specialties like down to just like some core stuff in here. I mean, it's actually not the end of the world if you add in some more up top. I think, again, just understand people want to get to know Sheila. And maybe, again, I would talk about specific campaigns, specific impact that I've had, all of that. So I would try to focus on that. Like I would try to focus on like, hey, look, at this company, I worked on this project. Highlight some of that, like bring it up from the body to then go to the next one. You know what I mean? Like, so like pull it up so I don't have to go to all your jobs. Like pull up some of that work in the summary of just like how well known you are, any awards, or just anything that I could do in the summary that talks more about the outcomes that you produced from being a brand marketer. Because I think that's the tough part for a brand marketer. I got to see it. I need to feel it. Like I need to see what brand work you've done. Like I'd love to see it on here, led the brand transformation of this company and this company over the course of blah, blah, blah. During that time, they grew revenue from blank to blank. Okay. Do you see what I mean? It's more like action orientated, I should say. So I think that will be helpful. Let's scroll down to the featured. Okay, great. You've got featured. So I'm going to call this out really quick. I didn't get into it with Elisa. All of you should have in here, especially for you, Sheila, this featured section filled out. It looks like you've got some of your posts in here. But again, I would be building in any content that you've created, any decks, anything that you've done here that is going to be like, where I can go and like kind of binge on some of your content, just like I used to probably put together a brag book, right? Yeah. Like back in the day. Just think of this content here can be that.
And I also think as I look at it now, my last job was running a hemp CBD company.
Yeah.
But I believe that's where I should be right now. So I should create some more content that's more medical and
100. Yes.
As opposed to the CBD world.
That's right.
And actually, the second one there kind of goes into both worlds.
Yeah.
I think I need to fix my features.
Yeah, that's it. So do that. So that's what I want you to do. And again, if you want to go into CBD, then your experience should highlight that work. Like if you want to go into CBD, like I would change my headline. if that's where you're really targeted.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm not.
Okay, all right. Then I would diversify.
Yeah, that was my last position.
Got it. Yeah, diversify. Again, this is you can upload PDFs to your featured section. You can do whatever you want.
Oh.
So yeah, you don't need, you can literally do whatever you want. So that's my advice. I think for you, as a brand marketer, how can you start to showcase more for me on your actual LinkedIn? How can you actually show me that the work that you've done, what you've done, et cetera? And I think that's going to go a long way. I think that's going to go a really long way for you. So get a background image, tighten up the summary, and then bring in more of that right there.
Okay.
You know, so that's my 2 cents for you, Sheila. I hope that's helpful. If anyone's looking for a brand marketer in the space, you better hit up Sheila. If you need sales ops, you better hit up Elisa. We'll drop their links in the comments as well. But no, this is great, Sheila. This is really good. No, I think you've got like the good,
really helpful.
Yeah, the good bones here. But again, just think about it. I'm a hiring manager. I get a million different marketing manager people. How are you going to stand out? You're going to stand out by telling me the impact that you drive, showing me showing me the work. Okay, especially as a brand. That's why I was asking about the technical side. As a technical side, we'd go a completely different way with this, you know. But because you're focused on the brand, I want to see it.
And it would make it a little more entertaining.
That's right. That's right. Because I'm telling you, that's what a lot of hiring, that's what hiring managers do. Hiring managers, they're like, okay, what is it? Sheila, they copy and paste and put it into Google. And chances are Sheila Doyle, one of the first results is going to be your LinkedIn profile. Right? So you want to just think about that this is a place where a lot of people, where they go.
Cool. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Sheila. All right. Who we got up next? Who we got up next? So we got a couple folks in here. I see a Bob.
I clicked to start with video, and I'm just seeing the Zoom logo.
Well,
lost everything that was up there.
That's all right.
Should I back out? Should I back out and come back in?
It's up to you.
Because I can't see anything other than a Zoom logo. So,
if you want to, go for it, man.
All right,
I've got some questions in here that I can start to jump on. So Daniel Neild, he had a question for me. Oh, or some weird infinity loop. Just jumped on. What are your thoughts on the back image and what we should be putting there? Daniel, since you just jumped on, I will repeat myself. But what you should do, if I were in a sales rep or if I was a sales manager, I would go to Canva and I'd create an image in their LinkedIn banner template that highlighted all the different logos I sold to and what I did. So enterprise sales, this is what I did, etc. So that's what I would do. I'd go to Canva, step 1. Step 2, I'd create a custom image that highlights the logos I sold to, the size of the companies I sold to, etc. etc. Okay. All right. Who we got up next? Is Bob back? Bob's back.
I'm here. It's like I never left.
Bob's back. I can do that, AR, so you don't, or maybe Shelby or somebody else can. All right, Bob, you're here in Austin.
I am.
All right. What's up, man? I'm over in Lost Creek.
I'm trying to fight my COVID-10.
Oh, huh? You are?
My pants don't fit so well anymore. To fight, there's the freshman 15, and now there's the COVID-10.
Well, that's is that a thing? I guess I get that. It's like that, or just how many White Claws you drink at night too. You know, that's the.
I'm more of a brown liquor.
Bourbon. Yeah, depends. It's summertime though. It's summertime though, and bourbon's just too much for me right now.
My summertime drink is, I think it's called a Paloma.
Yeah, Paloma. Oh, Paloma's fantastic.
Best grapefruit juice, tequila.
Tequila, yeah. That's right. That's the move. I actually tried for the first time. Somebody bought me a bottle of what's called Sotol. Have you heard of this before?
No.
It's like an in between. It's not made out of agave like mezcal and tequila. It's a Sotol plant. Really good. Actually, again, if you like brown liquors, I would check out Sotol. Sotol, Anejo. I can't remember the place, but Sotol.
Okay.
All right, so check that out. All right, Bob, let's get into it for you. Okay, so a couple of things. Again, you all heard my advice on the background. So again, Bob, enterprise sales executives, there are 5 billion enterprise sales executives, right? I would talk about, even in your job title, what's the outcomes that you produce? I work with leading Fortune 500s to drive blah, 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 whatever that is. So not just your job title there in the profile. Also have it in there. Okay, Ali, I'm going to add this. It's not on LinkedIn again, so I'm adding it now. Okay, it's on LinkedIn. Tell me all my LinkedIn folks if you can see Bob's profile. So that's it, Bob. Spice up the enterprise sales executive. And then, like I was giving the advice before to the other two, I would create an image in Canva that replaced this blanket image and had like logos and people that you work with. That would be probably the first thing that I would do. Next, it doesn't look like you don't have a summary section. Oh, there you go. All right, there it is. Okay, same thing here. Again, sell me a little bit more in here, right? Tell me more about the outcomes that you have in your summary. Like, I work consistently with VP and director levels at Fortune 500s, Fortune 1000s, helping them over the years. I've worked to help this produce this outcome, this to produce this outcome. And just imagine like 5 or 6 outcomes that you've produced that highlights like the types of people that you're typically used to working with, that highlights the type of like maybe deals that you close, the types of people that you've sold to. Because right now I'd see enterprise account executive. I'm like, what sector did this dude sell into? Like, what did he do? Scroll down further. And you can just let me know if this resonates, Bob, too. If you're like, yeah.
So far, it totally is.
Okay, good.
I'm listening. I know exactly what to do.
Yeah, good. All right, effective investor strategies for early stage and turnarounds, and turnaround companies, municipalities. Are these companies, is Clarity just not in LinkedIn? Do they just not have a LinkedIn page?
Clarity is my personal intern for my personal consulting.
Got it. Okay.
I do not have a LinkedIn page for it.
Okay.
I could create one.
I want you to create one. Create one.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll take 5 seconds. What about this same thing as Rainmaker Insights? That's a personal.
That was a real company. They're out of business, but that was a real company.
Okay. If they're out of business, it might be tough. Because the thing I'm just noticing, 3 of your 4 here don't link to the actual company, so it just looks kind of funky. Let's scroll back up a little bit here. Yeah, almost all of these aren't actually linking to real companies. And so for me as a hiring leader, that's going to be a flag to me. I'm like, who did Bob work for? Like, not a single one of these companies I could, because again, not everybody knows every company, especially you're in Austin now. There's Cleveland, you've been in different markets to where these companies aren't like just all well-known Austin companies. So I think you got to make sure that links out. Go up to the top job, or these first 2 jobs, just the first 2. Perfect. Yeah, click on see more there. Yeah, and I'd clean up these boxes. And again, Rainmaker Insights partnerships, selling 125 a new data description to high-profile bank. I would go through and again, just think about what we were talking about before, the impact. You've got actually some of this on here. Like, I like this. Closed with Airbnb for this, closed for this. So I like that you actually have some of this on here. Yeah, I mean, you've got this like Fortune 1000. Yeah, this stuff is actually pretty good. This helps me to at least understand a little bit more about who you are, who you've worked with.
If I read you right, I need to get some of this on
your summary.
Top of the page.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. In your summary. Okay. So and then scroll back up. So then the other big piece here is just you don't have any content. Like, you're not, it looks like you're kind of commenting, etc. If I was an enterprise sales person today and I was looking for my next role, I would be sharing insights on enterprise sales. I would be putting out like 800-word articles. It'll take an hour and a half on what is the future of enterprise sales look like? What does great enterprise sales look like? How to multi-thread? I mean, these are things, Bob, that you can do that won't take a ton of time. Again, as a hiring manager, I want enterprise sales reps that are that by producing content, I now know you know what you're talking about without having to talk to you. And so,
are these just links I've read and should share, or should I create?
No, you got to create your own content. Do not reshare links. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Create your own content. So again, just think about all the stuff you've learned, like 5 ways finding like 2 champions versus 1 can increase your close percentage by 50%. Whatever, I'm making shit up, but you get the gist of what I'm getting at.
Sure.
Because I think in this market for sellers, you need to, like, finding new ways to stand out is really, really critical. So for you, and this goes really for anybody, again, whether you're joining us on Zoom, whether you're on LinkedIn, got to get a few extra questions in here too. Just producing content that proves you're an expert. And again, you can go actually just create an article. You know, if you go up there to post an article, you can create a 800,000 word article in maybe a couple hours. And then imagine you go to a hiring manager and you say, hey, John, I don't know if you saw this or not. I put an article out on LinkedIn about the 5 most important pieces of enterprise sales. And now you start to put out a couple, like 1 or 2 posts a week and maybe 1 article over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Then you've got like a nice little dossier. You know, like that helps to show me. I can just read how Bob talks about selling and say, is this a guy that I think can be a winner here or not? Versus right now, I'm like, okay, he's done some of that. Okay, that's interesting. I can also read about your sales philosophy. I can read about how you sell.
And how I did what I did.
Exactly. How I closed a $4 million deal before I turned 30. Boom. Whatever. I'm making shit up, but you get what I'm laying down.
Totally.
So that's it, man. That's what I want you to do. Again, a lot of enterprise sales execs out there. Get a nice image for your back. Toss up some logos of people that you worked with.
What kind of image for my back, aside from changing the picture, which I think looks like I'm about to lose my lunch?
The picture's just very formal. You look like what if I said describe a stereotypical enterprise sales executive? I'd be like, so suit, but no tie now, right? Like, I think you could know. So the image, I would put the logos of the companies you've worked with. I put logos.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you go to if you go
work with or sold to.
Sold to.
Okay.
Sold to. And like go to, you know what you could do? I think it's the one we have. If you go to our company, if you go to Skaled Consulting on LinkedIn, I think you'll get a gist for what I'm talking about. So we do that in ours. Looks like, all right. Can't see it. We'll drop the link in the comments. All right, cool. So you guys can go check that out. So Bob, I think that's it, man. I mean, you've got a good resume. Your head's already in the right space. I like how you're calling out individual clients and individual outcomes. That's what I want you to think about. Bring some of that up to the highlights. Toss some of those logos up there. Maybe think about energizing your headline a little bit. You know, being about like what you do, why you're passionate about enterprise sales, and I think you're going to be good.
Okay, great.
Cool. Awesome. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. All right. Who's next?
Hey, Jake. I think it must be me. Vlad here.
What is up, Vlad? FYI, Scaled folks, it looks like you shared the link just to the panelists. So let's share that let's get that out to everyone. Let's make sure we share that on LinkedIn as well. It's already in the chat, Ali Ray. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Vlad, what's up, man? Tell me about you. Tell me about what you're up to. Tell me about life.
Good. Life is good. Had a really nice weekend. I'm looking for my next opportunity because my opportunity so the company I was with was affected by COVID and had to downsize, essentially.
Okay. What type of role are you looking for now?
I was in the SMB market. I would love to make a jump more probably towards mid-market, maybe enterprise, but I know it's sort of like quite a stretch.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'm all ears.
All right. So it just depends on what the right move is. Well, let me tell you what Vlad's doing that is smart. What Vlad is doing is Vlad is commenting his face off all over LinkedIn. So if you guys haven't seen Vlad on LinkedIn, this dude, like, because I see his picture now. At first I was like Vlad and I didn't recognize the last name. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that guy is. Because this guy comments his face off. So that would be my first advice is what Vlad's doing is super smart because he's making himself kind of like known in the like sales world. let's see here. So let me pull up, see what we're working with. Yeah. So, and again, for all of you who have an idea of what I was talking about before with the custom image, like, boom, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like this.
That's exactly Canva.
It was Canva?
Yeah, totally.
That's what I'm saying, man. So that would be my first like high level there. That you're doing a great job. Bring scientific approach to prospecting and sales. Looking to skyrocket. Okay, I'm into this, right? Everyone, have an idea here. Look, it depends on the hiring manager. The emojis. I mean, look, for me as a hiring manager, this would be too much for me. But if this is your personality, then keep it because it's all good. Then I would not. Don't overthink it. But it may be a little emoji-y, especially if I'm thinking like enterprise sales. Like I want to bring someone in for big boy sales, right?
Right.
I'm gonna like a VP or CIO is gonna look at this dude's profile, and I'm like, are they gonna see someone that they're like, this guy's an expert and someone who's my peer, or are they gonna see someone who's a sales rep? So just think of that a little bit. I don't think about it more. Don't make the leap, but just something to think about.
Yeah.
All right, let's scroll down. Okay, there we go. Talking about outcomes out of the jump. Love this. Look at that. See, there's multiple. And if all of you, if you can't see this, I don't know if it's on LinkedIn. Are people on LinkedIn commenting about Vlad? Like, hey, Vlad, like, good luck, Vlad. Are people commenting? I see some people in the Zoom are commenting because these people have got to know Vlad even though they've never met him. And how long have you been posting?
I started literally just looking at my calendar. Probably May 20th.
Love it. A month. Steve's been posting for a month. John Stern. Do you know John Stern? Do you know this guy?
Of course. John is my man.
All right, but you didn't work with him, did you?
No, but I talked to him several times.
Right.
A few Zoom sessions.
Yeah, I love that. Right. So he's went out and he's networked his face off. Right. He's starting to get like different opportunities. So year-over-year growth delivered in 12 months as the head of sales at my last company, manage and coach full account. Let's see. There you go. Yeah. Can you click off the message? All right. We're good. Okay. So yeah. So again, there's nothing in here that tells me. So are you looking for a director of sales job or a enterprise sales job? I'm confused.
Well, that's a good question. Right now, I have a couple opportunities right now. Right, so I'm actually jumping on a call in 20 minutes to move one of the opportunities along.
Okay.
So but it's still SMB. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, to be honest, because I think SMB is a great place to jumpstart your career, right? So kind of to get to the next level. At the same time, because I do have a lot of knowledge in that space. So I'm not sure if it's 100% transferable to, let's say, mid-market or enterprise. And that's kind of where I'm still sitting. So I kind of want to evaluate this opportunity set, but I'd love to hear your feedback just to like what you just got to
do it. You got to pick a horse, man.
Yeah, I understand totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I totally understand.
Yeah, I think look, it's not as different as you think. Like the mechanics, if you understand the psychology of sales, then you're going to be fine. I'll tell you the biggest leap when you go is the complexity of the different stakeholders and the realization. I don't know what it is. Somehow I realized this very early on in my sales career, like late 20s, that I knew that I would have to go project manage people in big deals, that champions were bullshit, right? That champions are complete fallacy, that these people exist that are going to magically sell deals for you. And I got over that real quick and realized I would have to go and be this architect of bringing all these people together and thinking it's like going from checkers to chess. Like there's just new rules. Like the board looks the same. There's the same number of pieces. I think actually that's not true. There's more pieces in chess. Maybe that's like a bigger leap. It's just things are longer. Like it's a longer process. You've got to do more. It's more involved. But what do you want for your career, man? I mean, like that's my question for you. Do you want to continue to grow your leadership abilities, or do you want to learn enterprise sales? And I think that would be the very first question I'd ask.
Well, I think I'm into leadership more, just because that's my personality. Right?
Okay.
So I enjoy being at the front. I enjoy leading people, and I enjoy coaching and managing people. So
yep. Well, what kind of teams do you want to? So I think like, look, there's plenty of SMB SaaS products that you can sell and go to and continue to sell into. Scott Leese is a good example, and Justin Welsh. Scott Leese and Justin Welsh are two really good examples of transactional sales leaders, right? Their whole experience is transactional. I think Scott maybe had one minor stint doing something a little bit more, but not Justin. So that's okay, but be smart. Like Scott and Justin are like, I help companies that sell to SMB, like that's their like lane. Or go the opposite. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. This might be helpful for you too.
Sure.
So in my career, I went into leadership at Career Builder when I was 26. 26. Was in that role for 2.5 years. I had the #1 team 2 years in a row, percent to quota out of 25 teams. And what I realized is, okay, so and some of my teams, we closed like a 6-figure deal, right? So we were starting to get up there, some big 5-figure deals, but not real enterprise. And so I was what, 29 at the time, 28, 29. And I'm looking at the next step up from a leadership standpoint. And I go, this is almost the exact same as what I'm doing right now. It's not like AVP level, which would be like the field territory. And what I realized though is, Vlad, how at 29 could I go tell a grown ass woman or grown ass man, like who's like 45 or 50, how to sell enterprise deals if I never did it?
That's what I'm thinking about, right? So kind of,
but
you kind of probably know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, and so, but for me, that's what I wanted to do, and so I left my cushy leadership job and went back into the field for a year, right? And then guess what? And let me play out this movie for you, okay? While I was a manager, I got Career Builder to pay for my MBA. You don't need an MBA; it's just an extra detail like that. Then I realized, okay, I've been in the same role for 2.5 years. I went back in the field for a year. So then I had a very successful track record as a leader. I was the youngest national account executive out of 75 people. I got promoted within that year from major to national accounts. Right? I busted my ass. I was a student just sitting there like, okay, this is this. I was bringing in our CEO, met the CEO of Kimpton Hotels, CHRO of Intel. Like I got it very quickly because again, I'd already been doing parts of it. And then Glassdoor reached out for a recruiter to hire as like what was their first director of sales, and I got the job over someone who was. I think I've told this story now once that my offer letter had somebody else's name on it, who was literally almost 20 years older than me.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
And because I went and got the leadership, I went and got the enterprise. I was like, I knew all of this. I knew this world. You know what I mean? And so, or look at Justin and Scott. There's no one path is what I also want to show you. And so,
just to give you a little bit more of my background, because I'm a software engineer by trade, right? So I worked as a software engineer so sales to me is, I've moved into sales like 2016 is when I went into consulting. And that's where my kind of sort of pure sales experience is coming from.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing a lot of experience, but it's kind of in a different space, in a different area. But at the same time, yeah, I think I still need to level up on my sales acumen.
Yeah. Then go into sales. Like it's kind of up to you. Like there's no it's scarier. It's more stress. Well, I mean, I don't know. Running a territory is stressful too.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, so that's what I would think about, So that's my advice for you, man, is that I think you need to pick if you want to go into leadership or that. I think you're talking yourself into leadership, which is probably right for what you want now. And look, you can go do it for a year and then go make the leap. Who gives a shit? Or you can go into enterprise sales for 1.5 years and then, you know what I mean? Like there's no set way here. Oh, I love this. Lee Latham hooking up Craig McCoy in the chat, talking, help him with the job from a job standpoint. So again, the other thing I don't get in here is how many people have you managed? Like it's a
small team.
Yeah, so you're hesitant to put it in there. Is that what's up?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, because if you put like the team of 4, it's like it's not really a huge team because it's a small company. Right?
Yeah, then you just kind of realize you're more of a sales man. Like your skill set, it's like I'm a sales manager skill set that wants to move into a director role. I've been successful at managing small teams, sub 10. Then I want to go to the next one. You know, like, so that's what you're looking for. Scroll down, Ali Ray, if you can. Okay, yeah, you're doing the content stuff here. We talked about that. So you're obviously doing that quite a bit, which is great. Scroll down. Okay, highlighting some of this stuff. Business solutions, manager. Yeah, there's nothing in here around your director of sales job. Like there's no description there. So I would add a description there.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Huh?
Still working on it.
From this one, from the IGMS. Yeah. Just add that in there.
Yeah.
Because that's your one big sales job. You know what I mean? That and this other one. So it's like, again, right now, if I wanted to learn about you, you do all this job. You got to understand, Vlad, this is your home base. You're doing all this commenting. What's the first thing people do? They're like, who's this Vlad guy? They click.
Profile, yeah.
That's right, man. And so again, are you telling me like I'm looking for an organization that has a small sales organization and I want to be the leader to get them to 15 to 20 and put that on my back? You know, like call out that stuff. You know, also call out why, you know, engineers, etc., make great sales leaders. If I were you, I would start comparing yourself to like Mark Roberge. Do you know Mark?
That's what I do. Yeah, totally. I love Mark. He's like an outstanding guy.
Yeah, Mark has a degree from MIT, right? Like Mark was undergrad at MIT. So why don't you do that in your summary? Like I want to be the next Mark Roberge, or like I'm going to be. Here's what I've done, right? Mark thinks like this. I think like, you know what I mean? Like that's interesting.
Okay, so drawing a line.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just an idea, you know, like I don't want you to go too crazy with it, but like I would want to flesh it out a little more, but that's it, dude. That's what I do. I think you've got all the pieces in here. Again, focus it on the role that you want. Focus it on the role. You know what I mean? Don't make me have to think. And I can really quickly look, okay, this guy wants to be a SaaS leader. I'm like, what kind of SaaS? Do you want to do this? You know, and again, also like your very first line here is a outcome, and then it's all qualitative stuff. I would want more outcomes in there. Talk about logos or talk about people that you worked with. Talk about your reps and how they've all gotten promoted. That's my number one litmus test for any leader. How many reps get promoted either in your company or when they leave? That's it. So that would be my hot take for you, Vlad. Yeah, Ben's like, Vlad lives out his LinkedIn header about page. Yes, that's right, which is awesome. So, all right, cool. All right, my man, I hope that helps, Vlad.
Totally. Thanks, Jake.
All right, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, I think we got what, one more? All right. What is going on? What's going on, everyone? Hopes everyone is enjoying this. I'll try to go ahead and like answer a couple of questions after this. So, all right, man, tell me about you. Tell me what you're up to. What are you trying to get into? Let me know. Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah.
There you are, Brandon. All right.
Yes, out of school, graduated my MBA and went and spent.
It's a little choppy.
How about now?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, feel free to kill the video, maybe see if that helps.
All right, let me stop the video. Yeah, so I spent 7 years in pro sports with the Orlando Magic, my hometown team here on the service side, managing all of our premium accounts and the strategy there. For those folks, made the jump to a company called Cork Skull. So we make canteens, tumblers, barware, all that sort of thing. Here in Orlando, they were just bringing in-house all of their service teams, managing general customer service, account management, wholesale, international distribution.
Okay.
The organization grew from about 30 million in revenue to a little over 70 million in the 3 years I was there. I was responsible for all the tools, programs, platforms that touched our customers. So our at our phone systems, our cases, our forms, our project management tools. So a lot of internal process, project management, process improvement, that sort of thing. So
okay.
Looking for something either managing service, account management, customer success type teams, or it could also go the program project management around service tools and processes.
Okay, cool. All right, let's scroll down. Service ops leader. Okay. MBA educated sales and service ops, 10 years of experience. So you've got a lot of keywords, a lot of the keyword stuff in here. Let's scroll up a little bit more. Yeah, so again, help me to understand the outcomes. You know, like, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, with all this stuff, what is it actually? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
so pulling some of the actual metrics, some of the achievements further up towards the top.
That's it,
so
man.
They're seeing that earlier.
That's it. That is it. That's exactly what I do. I love Lee. Lee's out here crushing it. Lee's going to get you a job too. Anybody who needs a job, Lee is hooking you up. I love this, Lee. She's dropping it in the comments. Make sure that you check it out in the comments. So yeah, that's it, man. That again, you don't want to make me work for it. You know, so that would be it. I'd shorten this, right? 10 years of service sales operations. Here are the top 4 things everyone needs to know for excellence. 1, 2, 3. Here's the outcomes that I produce. 1, 2, 3. Right. So real quickly, you know, I like that you've got your technologies in there. You've got this like my achievements. I want you to talk about this more of like, take those achievements, move them up, and make that more about who you are. You know, who you are, like as a, you know, an individual. So let's scroll down. That's just it. I just shorten this a little bit and make it more action focused. You don't have a featured section. You've listened to the last few sessions where we talked about the featured section?
Yeah.
Okay, so just add in a featured section. And I would just, again, same thing for you. Like in a sales operations person, I want to know that you know what you're talking about. Okay. I want to know that you actually have an idea, you know, again, like what this world looks like, et cetera. So again, whether it's an article, whether it's a, you know, something that you could write, a post, just content around excellence in service and sales ops, right? The other thing is, yeah, help me to understand, how do you delineate in your mind between service and sales ops?
For us, I was managing any existing revenue, so it wasn't about capturing new dollars for the organization. We were responsible for managing all of the existing book of business and executing the orders, communications, cases, issues, problems, order fulfillments, invoices, anything that touched the clients we already had. I got you. I don't like service ops. I don't like service. Service operations to me feels too tactical. I like. What would you use in place of that?
Manager of like a head of customer success, head of account growth, account success. You know, something that service has a very reactive mindset. I want to know that you, because it's interesting. I was like, oh, he headed up sales, like customer success, not service ops. This is just, it's not how I would describe it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that was part of the layout of my experiences.
There we go. All right. Don't worry about highlighting. Don't worry about highlighting everything. Highlight what the job that you want. Right? Do you want to work as a head of customer success or a head of account management? Or do you want to work as more of like an ops person or analyst? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want?
Right. I love both areas. So if it's within the right organization culturally, where I'm able to get my hands into a lot of different projects, I don't want to be in a role where I'm simply responding to inbound calls in a call center and managing a team like that day in and day out is highly, highly repetitive. I don't like the variability of lots of different problems and needs arising, then I'm able to kind of get my hands into a bunch of different stuff.
Well, I guess, do you like new business sales, working with current customers, the operations side of it? Like what are you drawn to?
Scaling of actually executing the business. So I love that stuff that worked for us that we could do manually at 30 or 40 million, no longer work to do manually. We didn't want to go hire 5 more service reps. Let's automate some of those processes. Let's change our tools. Let's change our process so we don't need to throw bodies at problems. Instead, we can work smarter and put some more tools and things in place to
yeah, you need to talk about this more. Again, it's this, you know what it is? It's, you need to go look at, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go look at a job description for like director of customer success and director of account management. And I want you to read what those read like. And I think highlighting what you just told me, that again, revenue went from X to Y. Look, my passion is working with current clients. Service operations is not how most SaaS companies would ever refer to their customer success team or account management team. So I think that the problem that's hurting you is the vernacular. Like service operations leader, I'm thinking this guy is like handling inbound Zendesk, tickets. Service.
And that was the piece of it. I mean,
I'm sure it's a piece of it, but is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Or do you want to work with bigger accounts, managing those, setting up processes, etc.?
Totally, yeah. The latter would be the preference. I mean, I certainly don't mind having the general customer.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Part of that umbrella, but that's not exclusively what I want to do at a large SaaS organization where it's simply the call center or inbound spaces and that sort of thing. Yeah,
so that's my advice is I think you need to rewrite this to talk more about your customer success, account management. Look, I am an expert at how to retain, grow, and operationalize customer success work and account management organizations. That is SaaS speak. So that, you know what I mean? Make it easy for me to understand that. You've got pieces of it in here, but it's just not fully fleshed. Yeah, out for me. I feel like I've got to work to really understand it, as a part of it. So that's it, Brandon. I think you've got a lot of really good experience here. I just think let's move away from this idea of the word service and let's move toward customer success or account management. Take a look at some job descriptions there and you'll be like, oh, Jake, that's what I do. I'm like, I know. I'm just trying to it's just not typically called service ops. Yeah. And then again, I would just, and you've got some stuff in here already. Again, I would just make sure to highlight that in your work with the Magic as well too. But you have 2+ years of experience. So yeah, this is way too much, man. This is like, obviously you just copied and pasted your resume. So just like tighten this up and give me the sound bite here with some of these. Cool. Well, all right. I thought we'd have time for Q&A. Officially, we don't. Brandon, thank you, man. I hope this is helpful, right? All of you who, yeah, man. So again, I think you've got really great experience. It's just buried. It's buried in the vernacular that you're using. Cool. And then again, you heard the idea we talked about with the Canva background, right? You heard that?
Yes.
Do that too. Do that too.
Perfect.
Cool.
I appreciate it, Jake. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandon. All right. Well, look, thank you to all of you for tuning in. I hope all of you, if what I would suggest doing, if anybody who's looking for a job, period, I would go ahead, forward them this link. So they can go take a look at it. I think there's a lot of really good, hopefully insights in here, for all of you who are, out there trying to get a job, trying to get that next promotion. A lot of this stuff still really applies. So have a great Monday, everyone. FYI, stay tuned every morning this week. I'm going to be going live doing Q&A. We're going to try a new format, Jake video, Jake TV, 24/7 every morning. I guess it's not 24/7. That's the morning. I'm not going to do 24-hour LinkedIn lives. That might be too crazy. But who knows? I don't know. Sometimes I get crazy and I like to do it. So start to be on the lookout for every morning. You're going to get a little live, hop in, 15 to 30 minutes, Q&A. Hey, Jake, my boss just did this. This just happened, and I'm going to try to get at it. So really appreciate it, everyone. Have an amazing start to your week, and we will see you next week.